Hello and welcome. There you can see the two team makeups. A massive shout out for Skinblock, Valti, AD4 MSS, Night Warrior and Katzenmünze. And you see me playing Tyrande. This is post gameplay commentary and this is a first video in a series for Heroes of the Storm I wanted to do for a while. And I want to start with this particular game. I want to shout out all of these players who, even though they are getting stomped, even though they are losing badly, still keep on fighting instead of just giving up and going AFK in the damn base. Massive shout out to all of you guys from this game. Firstly for our team for, well, not at least starting to insult these guys in our own chat, but also for you folks because you did not give up. My build here while playing Tyrande is kind of weird because as you saw the team makeup, there is a healer on my team, there is a Bright. Basically all day I was playing Tyrande and I was landing as a solo support in like all the damn teams. And so it was on the back of my mind, it's like as soon as there is another support on my team, I'm going full owl build just to not be a support for that particular game. So yeah, if I had my owl saved there I could probably have killed the Vala already at this point, but that's okay. That is okay. You will see how this game will, well, turn out after a while. Like I said, this video series, Fighting Spirit series, is going to be all post-gameplay commentary, because obviously if I'm recording while I'm playing, I don't know if it ends up being a really hard stomp or not, but whatever. So, full owl build on Tyrande is, it's viable, but it isn't, I wouldn't say it is as good as the, well, picking various abilities to buff other things and help your team out, and all these, well, kind of interesting things Tyrande has going on. For example, Tyrande happens to be one of the few supports who has access to power momentum to lower her cooldowns, making her able to heal faster and stuff. So, briefly mentioning Tyrande's abilities as well, for if there is any newer player around while I am smacking this Vala around. And also I missed my stun there. Well, silly me for missing a easy lunar, kind of easy lunar flare. Anyway, so Tyrande's first ability is Light of Elune. It is a heal, and you can either heal yourself or an ally. Second ability is the Sentinel, the owl you saw me shooting around, which basically travels across the, there's the owl, which travels across the entire map. It damages the first hero it hits, and there's a talent that makes it damage every single hero it hits. It does not damage any minion or anything of the sort. And it also reveals the area it travels, including revealing the enemy heroes for a bit after it hits someone. Lunar Flare is the stun. It is a skill shot stun, which you see me land there on the Brightwing, and then there is a dead Brightwing, right, like that. So, however, Lunar Flare is it is a longish skill shot. It has nice big range, but it takes a little bit of time for it to land from the, well, air on top of the enemy. So it can be kind of hard to land occasionally. Of course, if enemy is staying still like that, then it is pretty easy to land good for Lunar Flare. The two heroic abilities, well, I'm going to be using Starfall this game because that is pretty much the default. I think Shadow Stalk, which basically it stealths all enemy, well, does not stealth all enemy heroes. It stealths all friendly heroes and reveals all enemy heroes. Can be really good if there is something like an Abathur on the enemy team which just sits in the base, so you can reveal him and then you can go double owl into his base and kill him off. This is basically a really good build to do against Abathur. However, I don't feel it's very good ability in general for, well, quick matches like this. So, Starfall just simply deals damage in the area. And Tyrande's trait is a Hunter's Mark. I would love to lower its cooldown. Usually I actually lower its cooldown on level 1 by 8 seconds, because it has 20-second cooldown normally. And what it does is it reveals the target for 4 seconds and increases all damage they take by 25% for 4 seconds. It cannot be casted on structure, but it can be casted on minions and enemy heroes. Also, a really powerful tool for taking down boss on basically every single map. It can be used to take bosses down very fast. And there is Owl into the face of Kael'thas. At this point it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. I don't have all the buffs for the Owl yet. So once get Ranger at level 16, Owl gets really powerful because it becomes much wider. So it hits very easily, hits a larger area. And turret just ran out of ammo, so I might be shooting at it. But also my team might need my help here. And there's Kael'thas. Hello Kael'thas. Would you like some stun to your face to continue with, you know, that, well, follow me up in middle of our team? It's very interesting positioning by the Kael'thas. At this point in the game, he simply does not have the firepower with all those spells to just basically come and one-shot somebody. Even as a squishy Tyrande, he just cannot do that. So, kind of interesting go, but hey, good try, good effort to at least try and get something done. Because as you can see, there is nearly, well, soon 3 levels. Well, at the moment 2.5, but once these turrets are down, it's 3 levels, basically 3 levels of us being ahead of the enemy. And one reason I personally really enjoy Tyrande is that you can take part in team fights from very far away. You can basically be pushing a lane and you can still, with a good aim and enemy team not jumping all over the place, you can land owls from across the map and whatnot. Oh, okay, it's Sergeant Hammer. Hello Hammer. And I missed the Lunar Flare because I really thought he would siege up right there, and at this point Hammer obviously does not have hover siege, so it cannot move while being sieged. And there is that 3 level difference, and then land a Lunar Flare. Nope, did not land a Lunar Flare. However, we got level 10, so the Nova easily finishes off squishy targets now with triple tap. They decided to go for triple tap instead of the other heroic precision barrage. No, precision strike. Precision barrage is always the level 21. But I always like to call it barrage because that sounds better than strike. Anyway, turning in more spider, well, behinds, bottoms, whatever. And Kael'thas is coming out of position here again. That's fine. Let's that was, by the way, my misclick. I completely targeted the Lunar Flare where I did not intend at all. So mistakes in place, but we still get this Kael'thas kill, so I guess that's about it. And as you can see, when you are 3 levels down, you shouldn't be kind of this aggressive, and I'm just shooting the owl there to see that the hammer was not sieged up outside of our vision range to shoot us down. And I need mana, because Tyrande is kind of mana hungry hero from time to time, especially with an owl build like this. You can be really mana hungry, and here is me trying to hit an owl, but nope, and also missing this stun. Like I said, the stun can be really hard to land, and for this team, don't exactly have any other hard crowd control. Basically the team's only stun. So, well, sure, Kael'thas has his stun on top, but his stun emanates out of himself. It doesn't land from the, well, top down, which happens with Lunar Flare for Tyrande. And that makes Lunar Flare extremely powerful in the sense that you cannot put minions between yourself and the incoming stun. It is something to remember when you are playing against Tyrande. It doesn't matter if there are stun minions between you and the Tyrande, she can still stun you. You just have to be really unpredictable with your movement, or hope that they are, well, like me here, making massive mistakes by the stun positioning. And there I had no reason whatsoever to try to land the stun, but there is the stun which needed to land. And then hit the Malfurion with the owl to make sure that he is actually running away. As you can see, we can see him for quite a distance there, because he was visible on the minimap after being revealed by the owl. So, Sentinel, the, well, ghostly owl of Tyrande. So, well, whatever. And my color coordination is a little bit awry here, and there is another stun and another dead Kael'thas. So following up this stun on the well, Kael'thas's little lift ability, which is just peachy, and I don't have all of cooldown there to really join that fight on the Brightwing, but that's okay. We get more towers down, and by now we are 4 levels up. So you might have noticed something very funky here, and that's actually something I noticed only after this game's end scoreboard happened, which got me to say that this is the harshest, well, stomping I have been part of in Heroes of the Storm. And then Malfurion, we are basically spread all over the map, we are 4 levels up, enemy team just basically got their heroic abilities. So at least we see, well, some heroic ability used. We can basically do whatever we want on this map, and well, that's about it. As long as we don't start doing dumb things, because you can easily throw the game in this particular game, and that's a missed off. Nope. It would have hit. No, actually, it would have just barely missed if Nova's triple tap wouldn't have finished off the Vala. I believe it would have just barely gone from behind the behind the Vala. But there is a hit Lunar Flare for the killing blow on Brightwing. So at least getting better at those skill shots while the game goes on. And it always takes a bite when you start playing Tyrande, because her skill shots are all a little difficult to land from time to time, because they are a little different from basically all other skill shots in the game. The speed, because you have to accommodate yourself to the speed the Sentinel, the Owl flies, as well as the speed the Lunar Flare flies. Those two are different speeds as well, of how, well, obviously depending on the distance as well, but they are basically different speeds, so have to get used to the two different. And there is my stun, which just did not hit, and did not hit the Owl either. Well, oh well. I am okay with that. Let's drop the Starfall. First time I really used the heroic ability here. And I was sure the Vala would have vaulted backwards, which is why I tried to land the Lunar Flare in her, like, retreat path. But she will just basically stood there. So I guess there is that. And there is catching the Brightwing with the Lunar Flare. Hope to kill the Brightwing first, because kill the healer is kind of important most of the time. Although it is bad to say that, well, I finally get Ranger too, but it is bad to say that you should always go for the healer first. You should go for targets which you can get to without dying for it yourself. If you're just diving and killing always the healer, but all of your team ends up dying in the process, then you're probably doing it very wrong, and you end up losing the game, even though you are killing the healer. As you can see, we are diving the core here, and we are still 4 levels up in this game. Basically diving the core. We can go turn in these spider pieces and get that spider thingy going as well to help us out with it. And there's the triple tap from Nova, which is to finish off the Vala. Once again, at this point in the game, no offense to the Vala player, but she was really harshly out of position for doing that kind of stuff. Like, you're not supposed to, this late in the game, wander outside of your base completely alone, because or then you have to start moving back into your base as soon as you don't see all 5 enemies on the map anymore. And there was a really good stun, but don't have enough to follow up the kill for Malfurion. So yeah, Starfall to shred up the minion wave so we can push the core and destroy the core. That would be kind of nifty. Put down the owl to reveal some dudes from back of the core and eat that, well, little ball of doom from Brightwing, which doesn't do a whole lot of damage here. And hello Kael'thas. I was hoping he would come forward, but he didn't. Anyway, this game is very much over. As you can see, we are still 4 levels up. We are destroying the core and all that stuff. And massive shout out to the enemy team once again, because they got 0 kills out of this game. Thank you very much for watching, and more of these will come, and massive shout out to the enemy team again.